Algebra 1, 5-5, inequalities involving absolute values. So we're just keep working on these inequalities. Here's an example. Absolute value of x plus 2 is less than 11. Alright, so when we were working with absolute values and equations, we would split this up into two equations. And we're going to do that same thing here, but we have to do one special extra thing when we split these two. So before, when we were doing equations, we say x plus 2 is, we would say equals, but we're saying is less than here, 11. Now, our other equation, if we were doing equations, would be x plus 2 equals negative 11. And so we're going to do that same thing, but this time we need to switch the sign like that. So notice we change the sign. Oops, change the sign, as in make negative, and we flip, or yeah, I'm going to say flip this sign, or the inequality. So we change this from positive to negative, and we flip this one. And then we just solve as we normally would. Subtract 2 from both sides. X is less than 9, and subtract 2 from both sides. X is greater than negative 13. All right, let's graph this. Let's see, here is 9, here is negative 13, here's 0. X is less than 9, so here's 9, 9 is not included, x is less than 9, x is greater than negative 13, so not included, and there we have it. So we know this is an AND situation in this case. Another way to know that this is an AND situation is if we have this is less than here. Then we know we're talking about an AND situation. Now here's another example. It's going to be an OR situation. X plus 5, absolute value of x plus 5 is greater than 6. So now we're going to have an OR situation. It doesn't totally matter if you know it's AND or OR. If you graph it correctly, you're going to get there. All right, so I need to, again, make two inequalities. X plus 5 is greater than 6. X plus 5 is less than negative 6. Switch my sign, switch my sign. Subtract 5 from both sides. X is greater than 1. Subtract 5 from both sides. X is less than negative 11. All right? Here's 0. Here's 1. Here's negative 11. X is greater than 1. Open circle, greater than. X is less than negative 11. Open circle, less than. You try. Absolute value of n minus 8 is less than or equal to 2. So before you get started, this is less than. So is this going to be AND like this or like this? Notice how this one is less than, and it became an AND situation. So this is going to be AND, meaning it's going to kind of connect in the middle like that instead of go off both directions. All right. Go ahead and pause and get to work on this one. All right, let's see how you did. I've got n, so I'm going to draw these arrows. It's helpful to draw these arrows every time. You see this absolute value sign? I'm going to draw some arrows. N minus 8 is less than or equal to 2. N minus 8 is greater than or equal to negative 2. Switch my sign, switch my sign. Add 8 to both sides. N is less than or equal to 10. Add 8 to both sides. n is greater than or equal to negative 2 and positive 8. What's left over between those? 6. Now I'm going to graph this. Here's 0, here's 6, here's 10. Let's see, n is greater than 6. So I've got 6 here. And so I'm going to go greater than. N is less than or equal to 10. Here's 10. These are both included. They're both or equals to, so there we go. One more. Absolute value of 3n plus 6 is greater than or equal to 12. All right, you try. Go ahead and do that one. Okay, let's see how you did. Making two inequalities. 3n plus 6 is greater than or equal to 12. 3n plus 6 is less than or equal to negative 12. Switch my sign, switch my sign. Subtract 6 from both sides. 3n is greater than or equal to 6. Divide by 3. N is greater than or equal to 2. Subtract 6. 3n is less than or equal to negative 18. Divide by 3. N is less than or equal to negative 6. Notice I didn't switch my sign here because I didn't divide by a negative number. I divided by a positive number, even though this one is negative. Okay, let's graph this. Negative 6, 0, 2. N is greater than or equal to 2. Here's 2, solid, to the right, greater than or equal to. Negative, n is less than or equal to negative 6. Less than or equal to negative 6. All right, let's do a few more you tries. That's what we have left. All right. You try this one. Y minus 1, in absolute value of y minus 1, is less than negative 2. All right, you try. Go ahead and do it. Haha, fooled you. This is a negative 2. So negative 2 cannot be greater than anything that comes out of an absolute value sign. So if I have the absolute value of x, or is less than negative anything, I can't have it, because anything that comes out of here is going to be positive. There's no way I'm going to get a negative number after I use the absolute value sign. So it's going to be positive. There's no positive number that is less than a negative number. And so if I have this problem here, I've got no solution. All right, let's look at another one. Absolute value of 2c minus 5 is greater than negative 3. So notice I have got this negative 3 here, but this is greater than negative 3. So that means this is okay. I can still do this one. If it's less than a negative number, then I can't do it. No solution. Okay, split this up into two inequalities. Oh, you do it. You try. Go. Okay, let's see how you did. 2c minus 5 is greater than negative 3. And 2c minus 5 is less than positive 3. So I changed my sign from negative 3 to positive 3, and I changed my inequality from greater than to less than. All right. Plus 5, 2c is greater than positive 2. Divide both sides by 2. C is greater than 1. All right. Add 5 to both sides of this one, and I get 2c is less than 8. Divide by 2. C is less than 4. All right. 0, 1, 4. C is greater than 1, and C is less than 4. Notice I have open circles because 4 and 1 are both not included in the solutions. And we got 2 last U-tries for you to do. The absolute value of 2c minus 5 is less than negative 3. And another U-try, the absolute value of 2k plus 1 is greater than 7. Okay, go ahead and do these two, and these are the last ones to do for this section. Go. All right, let's look at this one first here on the left. This number is less than negative 3. Oh no, I cannot have an absolute value of anything that's going to be less than a negative number. So this one, no solution. Hopefully you caught that one. This one here, this can be greater than positive 7, so I'm going to break this up. 2k plus 1 is greater than 7. 2k plus 1 is less than negative 7. Change both of my signs here. Subtract 1 from both sides. 2k is greater than 6. Divide by 2. K is greater than 3. Subtract 1 from both sides of this one. 2k is less than negative 8. Divide by positive 2. K is less than negative 4. Here's 0. Here's negative 4. Here's positive 3. K is greater than 3. Not or equals to, just greater than. K is less than negative 4. K is less than negative 4. And that is the end of 5-5.